Welcome back. It has been a while. I'm actually going to try something a little different this time with cash games. I'm going to start at a €2 level and see how high up I can get. I have a Hold'em Manager 2 database, and basically 0 in the database for us will represent $10. So if I lose money, it's not a big deal as long as I don't lose $10, I guess. So I raised here trying to get a fold and I got 2, so that's great. I'm basically going to play for half an hour or 20 minutes, whatever, and it's basically trying to demonstrate that small wins over time become big wins in the long run. So like right now I'm playing a $2 game, and eventually I'll be playing $10, $20, whatever. And it's basically for people who like don't really have time to play poker and are wondering how to build up a bankroll when they don't really have time to sit and play a tournament for 6 to 8 hours. So this is our way of doing it. I'm on the button here. I am going to start with a raise if it's not opened. I actually might fold. Yeah, I want to fold here now because someone else already beat me to it. And I figured with the $2 games, you don't really need to bluff all that much. You can, but people will call you a little lighter because it's only 30 cents or whatever. With a hand like 5-6, it is very good in position, even in a multi-way pot, because if you do flop like a straight or whatever, then you pretty much have the nuts. And like there, I probably have the nuts here. I don't expect anyone to have a 9. And I'll let you know what happens. No, fold. Yeah, so maybe they did have a 9, I'm not sure. But either way, that would have been a tricky situation. I probably would have had to call that all in with the weaker full house, and it really would have sucked. So sometimes it's all about avoiding as well as it is about chasing. So avoid tricky situations. Like 7-3, obviously I wouldn't play that anyway, but I'm just saying if I did and then I got a flop with a 7, say 7-10, and they bet into me, I have a pair of 7s, but there's also a 10 out. I'm obviously probably just going to fold there, but it makes it easy for them to bluff at me, even if they had like king high, and even though I have the better hand with a pair of 7s, it's just like tricky situations. Stay away. Jack 6, don't play it. And now, oh by the way, I'm also going to just be playing 9-man cash games. I prefer 9-man to 6-man. There's a lot of folding in it, but I don't know, I just prefer them. Don't know why. Basically from this position onwards, I'm looking for really good hands. I'm not looking for like hands that can flop well. I'm looking for genuine good hands like ace king, ace jack, king jack suited, pairs over 5, that sort of thing. Even if I had a pair of 10s here, I'd probably fold to that. It's very nitty, but I noticed in the $2 games, people tend to like really bet big when they have big. Like there's very little bluffing that goes on with bigger bets. Bluffing goes on like constantly, but if they're betting €1 into a pot of 50 cents, they're not doing it to steal the 50 cents. They're doing it because they hit trips or a flush or something, or they have pocket aces. Like it's there. Like there was a raise to 5 cents. And then there was just 2 calls. No one re-raised. And that's what I mean. Like, personally, if I was like at the cutoff in this hand, I would have raised with like Queen 8 to try and narrow the pot down, or folded. Like I would never have just called, because you're in a 4-way pot. You don't really know where you stand, and it's just you're just giving money away. There's no point. Like either fight for it or get out pre-flop. And if they fight back, they're basically telling you I have pocket aces or pocket kings or something insanely good, and then you just get out. You know what I mean? There is an argument for just calling, so that if you flop 2 queens there and you've trips and they have pocket aces, you can get them all in. But it so rarely happens that it's just not even worth your while chasing. Like, now I'm probably not going to play the next hand unless it's literally ace queen or pockets. Or ace king rather, or pockets. Maybe ace queen suited. But it's an early position, and it seems like quite an active table actually. So I just kind of want to lay low for a bit. 5-9 fold. I'm in profit. My goal actually, as crazy as it sounds, is to have 11-cent profit at the end of today's session. And I might get pocket aces throughout this session, go all in, get 2 callers and win, which would leave me up a good chunk, but my main mission is not to lose too much. And 11-cent today is good. Continue again tomorrow. And it's just 20 minutes. Everyone has time to do this sort of thing. Because I know there's always like talk about how to build a bankroll, and there's free rolls, and people who have families don't have time to play much poker, and there's all these different things, but honestly, like, this is a pretty decent way to do it. It's time consuming, but then, like, especially once you hit the $10 limit, like, your profits just like quadruple. It's crazy. I'd definitely be all in here. Yeah, I'd probably call that and hope they just had the clubs. 540. See, now I can play this hand. I'm on the big blind. Probably all fold to me now. I won't raise it. I don't really raise from the button. Even if I had pocket aces here, I wouldn't raise. But I will call this 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to bet at the open ender. He's showing no interest, so I will show interest. 3, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I want to bet again because I just don't believe he has the 6. Yeah, there we go. I believe he had like an ace or something and was just calling to see the next card. That's one advantage of being on big blind as well. Like, your hands can be hidden. Like, you can in that situation have literally 6-3. You're in position against one player. You're already in for a big blind. You only have to call 2 big blinds to possibly win 6. So, King 9. I was going to fold that. I know that seems nitty, but an under the gun raise, and they have 541. So that either means they're incredibly loose or they are very good. So I have done that before. Into €2 levels, I notice if you just keep ramming chips like all in, you can build up quite a stack. Like, it's crazy. Your swings go up and down, like, but it's kind of like you have to know when to run. You know, you'll run up to $3.50 really quick, but then like you'll suddenly be at only 70 cent because someone will call because they have the full house or whatever. Would have been a decent flop for me. See, now that's a dangerous position. 2-player. Now the flush has ended. The straight is complete. If someone has a 10 to beat me, someone has 2 spades. So a hand that started off nice looking on the flop has just turned awful. 10. Ace king. I'm raising this up. Even if it gets raised, I'm raising it up. I'm going to pot bet. I want a 3 big blind bet it if it isn't open, which, as you saw, it wasn't. So a 3 big blind bet. But if someone did open, I was betting pot. My strategy in this like level, like the $2 level, is half pot or pot. They're the only buttons you really need post flop. Or sometimes I'll click half pot and then just click slightly more. I'll fold that. Like, I'll show you. So like, I'd just say I'd go pot and then I go slightly more by just clicking the arrow or clicking the bar up a bit. See the way it's on 10 cent and maybe 12 cent, and I'd bet that. Oh yeah, if you hear any sort of like crazy noise, it's very, very windy out. There's a bit of a storm. Ooh, got a raise and a re-raise. What are we dealing with? Oh, I hope we get... I love seeing all-ins, especially when I'm not in them. There's very little pressure. Better in tournaments, though. In tournaments, when you see an all-in that you're not involved in, someone gets kicked out, you earn a place because of that. It's great. This is a clear bet fold. Yep. Did he 52 cent? See, that's what I mean. Like, 52 cent... Like, I would actually believe that he had pocket kings there. Saw the other king and just got so happy that he couldn't help himself. Because I used to play this and call everyone on everything just to learn how to play and learn from my mistakes. Like, I've called massive bets, and every single massive bet I've ever called, they took my money. So, yeah, at this level, if they bet big, just believe them. It's just not worth it. Hero calling isn't something that really comes into play here. Just grind out your little bit of money, leave. $7-2. Ugh. Raise so I can fold. Someone raise. Someone raise. Okay, give me 2 sevens. Awful. See, that 9-10 hits the range of the first person, actually. I'm folding to anything, but the person on under the gun plus 2, like, they actually could possibly have a 9 and a 10 because they just called the big blind, didn't raise going into it. So I'm going to take aces and kings out of the range and give them more middling hands, like 6-4, 5-6, 7-8, 8-9, 10 jack sort of hands. I guess they obviously didn't there, but they are the kind of hands I would assign. I'm not quite sure what they called. Wait, maybe they just had pocket 2s or something. Okay. See, this should be a fold, I think. Especially against Mr. All the Chips. But I'm going to call. It's kind of weak out position. He's going to bet. Naturally. Half pot bet. Interesting. 5, 6, 7. Just going to check. Going to call this. Going to raise into this. King, king. He got me. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to take a note on this person that half pot bets our value. There we go. Oh no, perfect flop. $7-4. Gonna fold that too. See, that person's image now is like, oh, last time he had pocket kings, so he can get away with like raising kind of freely for a couple of hands, and he's going to get a fold here if he bets because he had the king last time, so naturally he'd have it again. Interesting. Wow. Wonder what I had. They had Queen Jack. Actually, what am I doing? I want to try... Oh no. I don't even know if this person's played a hand yet, so now they're suddenly opening with a raise. I'm out of here. Who's in the pot? Okay. Bottom and top 2 cent raise. Wow. Probably get a fold now as well. That's so funny. $171. Probably could have checked that 10 to be fair, but didn't. It's kind of dictating how much you want to lose as well. I mean, the whole call from the flop all the way through is questionable. Even the big blind I should have just folded. But, or the small blind rather. But when the flop came like 6 high, and I put him on like, you know, 10 jack, 10 queen, 10 king sort of hand. Ace queen, ace king, king jack, that sort of thing. I thought like the 6 didn't hit the range. I was raising the river no matter what hit it, even if it wasn't a 10, as long as it wasn't over. As long as it wasn't a Broadway card, I was calling that. And this might seem nitty, but if someone re-raises me here, I'm folding. Let's see what happens. Except this person. If this person re-raises, I might call. Okay. Depending on the size. If they just went all in, it's a clear fold. See, it's a strange game in that, like, one mistake can really ruin your day, but an opponent's mistake can really make your day. Like, you get aces go all in, and someone calls with like ace king, and suddenly they're kind of paddling against the tide. King 10. This is a good one, but I'm going to pot bet this. I'm going to pot bet it anyway. Because that person's been in a lot of hands and they folded. The initial raiser folded. Now if they go all in, I'll probably fold. But if they call, let's go. Okay. Ace 4. If it was suited. No one wants to play with that top guy now. By the way, I say guy, I just mean person. I don't know who they are. The wind is wild. Okay. I've never seen people make such slow decisions. What are we thinking? I'm assuming they don't have an ace. And yeah, didn't call that anyway. Jack 2, that's another fold. Cash games are nice like this. Like, you can fold. You don't need to make like many moves, if any, because the blinds don't increase and you don't have to play an ante. Like, folding on the big blind isn't too much of a big deal, because if you just wait long enough, you'll hit good cards. And sure, I might get pocket aces and then everyone might fold. I mean, every pre-flop raise I've made so far, everyone has folded. Then that one mistake I made calling from the big blind. If I was in small, if I didn't have money in the pot, or if someone else had called, I was folding. King Queen. I'm going to raise this. This is the second time I've raised. Oh no, never mind. 73 cent on the big blind. Okay, and they folded anyway. I'm just going to bet this. Bet it and then click up once. Oh. Okay, so now I'm going to go pot, and the reason I'm going to go pot is because if they want the flush draw, they're going to pay for it, basically. And they probably won't. If they were after the flush draw and the river is out, they ain't going to call a river bet. Ooh, 269. So I actually was about to go pot there, and then I realised, why would I bother going pot? What if they have 6-4? They had King 10, by the way. Like, what if they had 6-4 there and they hit 2 pair and I'm betting into the dark? So I said, like, instead of going pot, I'll go half pot. But yeah, just like that, their mistake, and boom. way up in profit for this session. I've played 32 hands. I'm actually only going to play 2 more hands, and then I'm going to call it quits, because I don't want to make like a super long video. I'm just about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then quit. And then I'll come back again tomorrow and do the same, and then you'll see after a week even, like, the profits like may seem crap, but over time, like even a month, suddenly you're playing like the $5 games. Oh, that's sick. Man, if that last card had been the 5 of clubs, I'm going to fold this. I'm just going to sit out next hand so I don't have to pay. Okay, so 69% is my profit for day 1. I probably could have got more if I had a pot bet, but these are the things that you kind of learn over time. Like, he could have easily had ace king and I could have been just dominated, or 2 pair. So yeah, the reason I pot bet the turn was because there was a flush draw, and if they were after the flush draw and didn't get it, then they won't call any sort of river bet, but they will call a turn bet to try and see can they get their flush. And they won't hit their flush often enough for you to worry about losing money in the long term. But the other way of looking at it is cut your losses. So like, it's either about maximizing profit or cutting your losses. And you could check it, and if the flush didn't complete on the river, then you just bet it and they'll probably fold, or check and limit your losses that way. But that's kind of scared poker, and I don't really enjoy doing that. So basically, my strategy is bet big on the turn, charge them for the draw, and if you can and you think you can get away with it, charge them more than is profitable for them to call in the long run. So even if they do win, they don't win enough in the long run because they don't hit often enough. Anyway, that is day 1 of the cash thing, and I will come back tomorrow with another video. I hope you enjoyed.